I just want to say about Dave Hilberman that if it weren't for Dave, I wouldn't be here right now. He was that central to my getting into animation. He was very important in terms of introducing me to so many people in animation. They had worked at Disney, and they were very important to me in terms of my learning the craft of animation to begin with. And Dave was my mentor. He was the one that guided me through so much of my early years in animation.
To tell you about Dave a little bit, he had a great idea. He was the one that was thinking that instead of getting animation people to design characters that they'd been doing in the past, he wanted to get the people that were well known in advertising, other kinds of artists that had nothing to do with animation, but had styles that might be, made animatable. And there were a lot of good artists that were in that group. And he got all of these people together one night, all these great artists, a guy by the name of Osborne and William Steig. There were all these great artists that were assembled in this hotel room, and I was there with them. God, my mouth was like wide open. All these guys that I admired and whose work I used to clip out and save so that I could, see it. They were all there in this room. I couldn't believe it. And that was Dave. He had this great idea of getting these people to get into animation.
Tommy Ungerer was another artist, and these are
Tommy Ungerer,
we did a commercial with him.
Research Council. The small crunchy nuggets.
These are some
That
originals.
was the Gaines
New
dog
taste
food.
is 100% delicious.
Yeah.
Junior loves new Gaines meal.
There were so many of these great designers that were sitting in that hotel room that night that we were there, and I was just so overwhelmed by the degree of talent that he had assembled. There was a guy by the name of Lou Myers who was a wonderful, cartoonist, and he did some commercials with us, and they were very, very successful. They were very well received.
There was a guy by the name of Bill Takla who was the animator there at the studio. And Bill Takla had come from Disney, and Bill Takla was a premier animator. He was the guy that did Dumbo, the elephant.
He did the Seven Dwarfs.
He did the Seven Dwarfs.
That was more.
He did Stromboli, in Pinocchio. He did all of these wonderful characters, and he was highly regarded. And it broke Disney's heart when he left Disney to go with Dave. And he came to New York with Dave, and that's how I met, all these people that, God, it was like meeting movie stars,